We now return to Let's Play Zeus. We have got something that we need to work on. We need to make sure that we're not going to just completely kill ourselves here. So let's buy 12 of those. Somehow I feel I must have turned that off. Buying 24 there. Got wheat that I don't need anymore. We're now accepting wheat there. Okay. We do now have the trading post at Troy. And we don't really need anything here. We can be selling wood, I suppose. That's all we'll have going on there. That will eat up some people, but we may have a thing here in a moment where we are going to lose a ton of people because of this. Population has gone down to 1% suddenly. I'm waiting on this. I'm afraid we're going to watch this just disappear completely. Prior to... Okay, well, we've moved forward a bit. There we go. Okay, so now there's something else going on here, which is the wheat. We do not need to be accepting wheat. Okay, don't accept there. So this should now hang out here. Okay. Tributes. Let's look at my things here. So Gnosis paid. No, that's not you. Troy. Troy would be the one, right? 12 sheaves of wheat. Okay, cool. So we have our population again. Okay, that's stabilized. Now, one thing I had wanted to do, looking at this, we kind of are overpopulated a little bit. I think I'm going to devolve this housing block here. And the quickest way for me to do that is to get rid of the oil. So we'll sit here for a moment whilst we watch that disappear. And I think if I do put some of it back in, I'm going to just put it over here. We'll do that after all. There we go. A lot of it devolved there. Workers needed. We'll go back to a normal rate, and there we are. So what have we lost out on over here? This requires horses. I guess we just haven't been evolving yet. Because we appear to have everything we need here. Okay. So that seems to be fine now. Okay. So let's pause for a moment. Well, we don't need to pause, I suppose. Let's just grab some avenue. And let's return to this project up here. Like so. And I think I can get away with probably one of these and maybe a house up here as well. Okay. So we're going to do something like that, and we'll begin. Yeah, we'll put something there. I will take a... You know what? I think I also want to make an adjustment up here. Just to kind of break up the greenery a little bit with some of that white. So, what am I thinking here? Hedge maze? Hedge maze fits. Alternatively, we could just go with the big garden. Big park. That kind of goes in a little too much there. We will, of course, put a bench right here at the end, at the promontory. And what could I do there? We could do a flower garden in the back. Let's do park like that, and looking at this, thinking maybe we can take that out and we'll put some Corinthian column right there. Up appeal of the neighborhood. Okay, well, it might actually be that we put a monument right outside here. That may end up actually being... So instead, probably put a column here, put park here, and something like that. Yeah, this definitely is not enough appeal. So, I guess that decides that for me then. Let's not put it straight next to the house. We will instead take out... Man, I cannot see at all from these angles. Well, I mean, either way, it's not really going to work too well, but do something like that. I think really, in that case, if it's just going to be surrounded by tiny little parks, I would rather have it right up alongside. That way we can fill these back in and get those parks back. There we go. Now we've done it. Needs horses to evolve. We'll go ahead and put that in. And at this point, I think that's kind of where we're at. We're just going to need... This needs water. Is this, are we in a situation where I'm only providing... Nope. Okay, good. I was hoping that was not going to be a major issue. So, theater, podium, the animations seem to have stopped. Is there a reason for that? That's interesting. The flame has stopped there. Ooh. Have I just put in too much? What's going on? Building animations have stopped. That's a little weird. Well, I guess I'm going to just continue on. So... I mean, I don't know. Like, I really don't need anything else here. I guess I can put a tax office in. And this should put it right here, right? Put in a little bench right there. Did that just devolve? Nope, they have everything they need. Okay, well, we'll put another one of those in, and just make this easy on myself here. Kind of beautify the hill just a bit. Yeah, that's weird. I didn't notice before, but that's definitely what's going on right there. Say a Corinthian column along the front end. Okay. Flower garden. Park or two. And how about just something like that? Do maybe a gazebo right in the middle. Fill that in. Awesome. That was bizarre. Well, I don't know how to explain what's going on with that. That is a little disappointing. I know this is really exposed out here. I was thinking maybe I could do something with, no, it's not going to work there. Well, we'll just fill that in. I was thinking maybe I could put in that wall after all, like I had initially mentioned. But I suppose, seeing as how we are under the packs, I don't really have to worry about invasion. My rivals are sedated, and my allies here have gone down to sympathetic. I suppose I could make efforts just to sweep them into the League and make them a part of my empire. I can't conquer these ones, but I could just conquer in here, and I guess I could. I mean, they have been pretty loyal allies up to a point. But, yeah, okay, fine. Maybe not right now, but we'll do that here in a minute. It seems a little unnecessary, to be honest. I mean, Gnosis and Troy were actually rivals, and they made demands upon me. Although I suppose that, oh good, we won the Isthmian Games. I suppose the others did too, but not really to a terrible extent.
I bet Mount Olympus isn't as nice as this city.
So we've gone somehow to 10% unemployment. There really is no middle ground. I suppose what I can do is bring in a bit more of the foundries. It looks like, well, it's hard to tell when there's no animations, but it looks kind of like we may have a little bit of a slowdown here. So we'll bring in some more of those. And what, perhaps another sculpture foundry? We've definitely do that. And what else? I may as well fill this in, but we definitely seem to have this down. So I suppose let's go with bronze again. We got plenty of wood. It's taking forever to get up here, but it's being dealt with. Really, I guess I would just kind of like sculpture to be pushed a little harder. Man, without these... Yeah, let's just go ahead and put one more foundry. That'll be fine. I still need to do something with this wall, and I still need to beautify this hill. But I want to kind of finish off what I've got going up here. I feel like this might be a little bit overkill, having 3 houses tucked in right there. But maybe we'll just go for 2. Maybe we'll just go for 2. Because that way I can put in my favored gazebos, put some Corinthian columns along the back, and I guess just fill in up in here with some of that. Let's try and break this up a little bit so that it is at least a little more visually appealing. I'm working on it. Hold on. Alright. So yeah, I'm totally not going to just keep going. In fact, perhaps I should do a cutoff with some column here. Okay. And there is this little valley, but I don't know that it's entirely necessary for that to be filled in either. I'll have to leave something. It can be just a little garden path that leads off into the little grove up here. Okay, I think this is done all that I want it to. It needs more culture. So it must not be getting culture because everyone's going this way. That looks to be it. It appears to be just out of range for the culture I have here. And this one is not fully. I don't even know how it's achieved the culture that it has. Athletes. So we've got that coming in from the gymnasts. Actors. It must be the actor then. And competitor. Okay, well, that's good enough. It adds a little bit of variety to the hill anyhow. And yes, I realize that now by having this, I happen to have an uneven amount of horse units, or I will anyway, once we manage to actually get this going. But to that end, come back over here, and we're having a situation where I don't have enough of this. I'm not getting enough culture, enough production of culture to keep this sustained. Now, I did have that here originally, and I guess we can try putting this back in. But the problem that I was having, the reason that I did the removal to begin with, is that the appeal means that this one does not evolve. See, now we're fine, we're all hunky-dory, but this one still will not evolve. So, the other solution, and this does not appear to have the animation. Yeah, the animations have completely stopped. I don't know what's causing that. That really sucks. The alternative here, but if I remove that, then this one devolves. So I don't know how to handle this one. Unless I maybe change how this wall pops out so I can add more here, but I think that will mean that I do not have full...
Please let me fulfill an outstanding request.
Ah, now that's very helpful. I'm not going to have a full set here. They managed to evolve at some point to have more hoplites, but now they've got extra armor. I don't think they can get more. It's an unnecessary gift, but I appreciate it nonetheless. So, I mean, unless I knock out one of these, but then we've got that issue of it doesn't really make sense then that I've got this going on. So, yeah, it really just didn't... I don't know. It really just didn't do what I needed it to do there. That's okay, I guess. And I definitely do find it kind of annoying that it's stopped. All the animations just seem to have stopped for no reason. So let's begin by putting a fountain out there. And should we put some column right out there? Do park to here. Something like that. I mean, I guess I could just continue putting park everywhere. This is rather a cheap way of doing this. It looks alright. I really wish I'd managed to do something out here. Is that looks like a blood stain there. What's going on here? Oh, Hephaestus. So Hephaestus appears to have appeared and then stopped. It's really weird that graphical issue popped up now. Like after so long, it finally came here. Okay, well, let's say do a scholar monument, just kind of out here to... Well, first of all, let's make sure I'm completing my road system. This is going to be weird regardless. Yeah, because either way, somebody's not getting... Scholar monument out here. Do a hedge maze. And let's do some more park in here. Let's not go totally overboard there. We will of course need a bench. And let's see. park. More accent columns. Guess I can do another fish pond out here. Push it all the way to the back. That way I can develop park into that. Another hedge maze. Say a flower garden, gazebo combo. There. Hephaestus's hill is now overly beautified with a ton of garden. Not exactly what you would picture for a god of the forge. Especially when you consider how pathetic these ones look over here on the Acropolis. Really, really wish I'd managed to get myself another Heroes Hall, and I definitely would have put it up there. But, yeah, it looks alright, I guess. So we've achieved what we want to there. That's devolved. We are at 8% population. My culture is very good and above average. Okay. Well, we're at a place right now where not really sustaining the wood there. Where we're pretty much done with the city. I had wanted to keep a few things to the side. Could knock this out and give it a full treatment. I could do like a one side now agora and then actually put a couple more houses in the middle. Uh-oh, why are we devolving? Because really the only thing else that I have available at the moment would be something like putting a trireme down to just consume a bunch of people. And we do have 200 people. That does seem a little bit excessive. We'll do some parking. Do a little bit of Doric here. There we go. I feel like this area is now pretty good. Kind of filled that in a bit. Seeing how this is the entrance to the city. We got statues galore. I could really just run a whole road down here. Again, we got this weird problem with the way the roads are built. I mean, we could just go around the city with it. May as well do so, I suppose. Okay, well, so really, as I was saying, I am pretty done with the game, but I'd rather the final episode did not end with all these problems. I would like to be able to sweep over some of this, and I still have not fully decided what to do there, but I definitely think that my idea of just putting in a few of these things to kind of bump up these averages is probably what I will finally choose to do. I have not got any idea how many happiness monuments we've... Oh, I guess it's... I think this is how many I've got down. Which is quite a lot. So, I mean... I could just really spam the crap out of those everywhere, and I feel that would probably be too much. But, money-wise, I don't have anything to worry about. I did end up putting in all available ports. We're selling wine, we're selling armor. I don't need to buy any of that. We do not sell fleece, and we're not buying anything from them, so Phoenicia's pier is just kind of unnecessary. I am buying fleece here, selling sculpture and olive oil as best I can. I guess we can just turn on bronze, although not really. I mean, that would just be a waste of time. We are not full up enough on bronze. It is being utilized by a lot of things. I'm only selling olive oil to 1, so I could be selling olive oil and not selling fleece, not buying bronze, selling wine, and selling wood. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I could do that. I could put a few more woodcutters along here so that we're at least selling that. But I think now I'm actually going to come down in here and... I just had this in my head. Oh, I was going to build another olive press, since that seems to be a thing. I could put more industry along the back here. It is a little bit out of place, but otherwise we don't really have much else to do with it. With that space. So we'll figure that out too, I guess. So basically just wrapping up a little of the loose ends, kind of try and get this population down. I mean, we're at under 10%, so the game...
Have you ever seen more solid buildings? Archimedes would be proud.
This city is more refreshing than any other city, and its leader is the most sparkling.
You have done a wonderful job building this city. I'm sure the Elysian fields pale in comparison.
This city is in the best shape, and you look marvelous, too.
This city is like Ajax, head and shoulders above the rest.
Yeah. So the city is quite pleased because of that, but you still look at that, and that's 250 people that are unemployed. We may as well try and fill them in somewhere. We kind of have filled in much of the industry that we have and that we can do things about. It's a shame, really. I guess I could remove some of this to make them work in here, but it's a shame that this stuff is not actually being utilized. They're not able to deal with the trees as quickly as they are the grapes. That's kind of interesting. Anyway, so we're probably looking at the end of the series. So I'll end this one here, and I will see you next time.